You know, most of us grew up thinking retirement is an age you hit, like 65. But what if that's completely wrong? What if I told you retirement isn't an age at all? It's a number. A specific personal number that once you hit it means you are free, forever. So let's figure out what your number is, and more importantly, how to actually get there.
This one idea, right here, it changes everything. The second you stop thinking about an age and start focusing on a number, your freedom figure, you're the one in control. Knowing this target is the absolute key to unlocking real financial independence, and today we are going to calculate it step by step.
So, on this path to financial freedom, people usually fall into one of three camps. As I describe them, just think to yourself, which one of these sounds a little too much like me right now?
Okay, first, you've got the drifters. They're kind of living paycheck to paycheck, no real financial goals on the horizon. Then there are the dreamers. Oh, they've got big goals for sure, but no concrete plan to make any of it happen. And the third type? That's the doer. Doers have a goal, and this is the crucial part, they have a plan. This whole explainer is about giving you the exact tools you need to become a doer.
All right, this is where we get our hands dirty. To find your freedom figure, we first have to define what freedom actually looks like for you. We need to take that fuzzy dream of a better life and turn it into a cold, hard number. Let's start building your ideal lifestyle. Seriously, dream a little. What about housing? Maybe a one-bedroom flat in Miami? Cool. Transport? Are we talking a Porsche 911? Let's put it on the list. Vacations? How about 3 nice trips a year? And then, yeah, we gotta add in the boring stuff. Bills, food, insurance, all of that. The more specific you are, the better. And wow, look at how fast that adds up. In our example here, that Miami flat, the Porsche, those trips, and all the essentials. It comes out to an annual spend of $75,200. This number, right here, is your baseline. It's the annual cost of living your dream life.
So how do we get from that yearly number to our final target? Well, it's actually some pretty simple but really powerful math. It's called the Rule of 25. You just take that annual number of yours and multiply it by 25. That's it.
And boom, there it is, your freedom figure. In this case, just over $1.8 million. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. How on earth am I ever going to get nearly $2 million? It sounds totally impossible, I get it. But stick with me, because the logic behind why this works is surprisingly simple. To really get our heads around how this giant number is even possible, we need to meet the golden goose. This is just a simple little story that perfectly explains the financial idea that makes this whole strategy work. See, the Rule of 25 comes from something called the 4% rule. And the idea is you can safely pull out 4% of your total invested money every single year, and statistically, you should never run out. The big pile of money, the principal, should keep growing or at least hold its own over the long haul. And that's where our goose comes in. Think of your total investment, that $1.8 million bucks, as your golden goose. That 4% you pull out each year, those are the golden eggs. As long as you only live off the eggs, you never ever have to touch the goose itself. It just sits there, laying golden eggs or passive income forever.
So, the next logical question is, how do you grow a goose that big? Well, the key is a mindset shift. Early on, you have to prioritize building wealth over having a high cash flow. That means putting your money to work in assets that grow instead of just spending it on a fancy lifestyle before you can truly afford it.
Okay, you're thinking, where do I put the money? For a beginner, probably the easiest place to start is an S&P 500 index fund. Just think of it like a shopping basket that holds a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US. The best part? It's kind of self-cleaning. If a company starts doing poorly, it gets kicked out and a new winner takes its place. And get this, historically, no one has ever lost money in one of these if they've held it for 20 years or more.
Now, if that freedom figure still feels like a million miles away, don't sweat it. There are ways to speed this whole thing up. We're talking about ways to hack your finances, where small, consistent changes can lead to absolutely massive results over time.
First on the list, car hacking. That monthly payment on a brand new car, it's a total wealth killer. Instead of sinking hundreds a month into something that's losing value every day, think about buying a quality used car that's already taken its biggest financial hit. That frees up a huge chunk of cash to invest every single month.
Next up is brand hacking. Now this seems tiny, I know, but it is so powerful. Look at this. Swapping from name brand cereal to the generic version saves you over $2.50. You're probably thinking, big deal, but just watch how this compounds.
That tiny little daily saving, it adds up to nearly $1,000 a year. $1,000 just from one swap. Now imagine applying that same logic across your entire grocery list. That's some serious money you can divert to growing your golden goose.
And finally, tax hacking. Think of accounts like an ISA in the UK or a Roth IRA in the US as your financial Captain America shield. They completely protect your investment profits from the taxman. This is so important because it lets your money compound way faster without the government taking a piece every year.
Okay, we've covered the numbers, we've covered the strategy, and we've covered the hacks. But honestly, none of it means anything without the right mindset. It all boils down to a fundamental choice that you, and only you, can make.
And this right here is the bottom line. Hitting your freedom figure is going to take some short-term sacrifices. It means choosing to invest instead of splurging. But if you aren't willing to make those small sacrifices for the dream, then the dream itself is what gets sacrificed.
So I'll leave you with this one question. Now that you have the roadmap, what are you going to be? Are you going to keep drifting, keep dreaming? Or are you going to decide right now to become a doer?